More fun by the
Yeah.
minute.
Good
Hello.
morning.
Good
Hey,
afternoon.
Christy. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
What are you eating?
I'm eating of bread and butter. I'm so sorry. I forgot to eat today, and then I was
No,
No,
that's
go
so
for
fine.
it.
I just wanted to judge you on your snack choice.
it's literally just a piece of bread and butter, and the butter's not even like soft or melted, so it's just a
Oh, wow.
slab of butter.
You
It's
poor
not.
thing.
You know what? It's not my best. It's not my best.
It looks like
Uh,
good bread though.
it's honestly, it is good bread. It's very like
Wait,
fluffy.
what the fuck? It's these guys?
Hey, Fred.
Yo, let's
That's
go.
is that
Fuck.
good? Is that good or bad?
I didn't even say this. I watch you guys all the time. Anytime we put out a new
Dude,
song, I
thank
always
you. We watch you all the time.
this is so weird. This is great. I had no idea.
I like that. I like a surprise interview.
Yeah.
What's up? Nice to meet you. This is meta.
We were just discussing Chris's choice of just bread and butter, which is just a wild move for a snack choice.
That's
It was the
wild.
only thing that could be done within like 2 minutes. This is all I got.
If you need to sort out your snack situation,
Yeah.
we're not in any rush here.
Oh no, it's okay. It's okay.
But we will judge your snack choice. Like,
That's my toxic trait though, is that I just like I usually forget to eat lunch and then I like get really hungry like around this time. And then I realized I was like, oh shit, we're gonna be in press for like 2 hours. I was like, I should put something in my stomach so I'm not grumpy. And then
Bread and butter. That's the way to do it.
honestly,
I had
most
bread and butter,
underrated
chicken,
snack.
literally. That's it.
Really? It's the most underrated snack, especially like
Yeah,
I
an
used to
hour.
I followed this TikTok account that was like all they did was like make different butters every single day and like all different flavors of butter. And I was like, this is what I'm talking about. Like this is great. Like so
So
yeah.
do you have a different flavored butter or are you running just like your basic standard butter?
This is basic standard butter, but it's high quality. I paid like $10 for this butter. It was really fucking expensive butter and it's really good. I have like my butter that I use for cooking, but then I was like, I kind of want to try like a bougie butter for like spreading. So
You want a
that's
butter option?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Well
I'll see
done.
myself out.
Gotta be Kerrygold. Kerrygold's the one.
this
I
one's
don't know
not
if we've got that in Australia. Just so you know, when you tour here, you might have to look at your butter options because we don't have that.
when you're out here, my go-to is Lurpak. Lurpak. Write that down. It's
That
good
sounds like a
butter.
chemical.
What?
Sounds like the one in the UK. I feel like it's something packed too, right?
Well, I know
yeah,
that
it
it
is.
exists in Sweden because I eat the same butter as my mate that lives there, and he's like, "Look how fucking expensive this shit is now," and it was like $13. It was pretty bad.
I like that you've had
Yeah.
previous butter conversations. That's interesting.
butter is getting expensive. Listen, it's a
Yeah.
crisis.
Hey, guys, thanks for hanging out. We're stoked to see you.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Stoked to
Will,
see you.
Will is stoked to see you. I mean, so am I.
Like I
Will is.
I
Maybe.
legitimately watch you guys all the time. So,
Well,
Thanks,
thank you
Will.
very much. Appreciate that.
and I had no clue like who the press was with or anything. So it was a very pleasant surprise.
I like that.
We were actually talking earlier with our lovely PR girl Janine about this, and it's still weird that bands actually, like, if they meet us, like if we do in person, and they're like, oh, we've seen you before. It's like, really? Why?
But it's more of a,
It's
oh,
for
we've
me
seen
because
you
when-
before.
It's weird for me because like when we're not like on tour or like in times like this, we're just like chilling at home. Like I'm just like feel like a stoner dude watching YouTube, and then like it's like, oh, you got some work tomorrow, and then it's like with these dudes that I watch all the time.
Am I still stoned watching them? What's
Yeah.
going on right now?
Yeah. Hey, you can say whatever you want on this channel. We have zero filter.
We've got a sun filter.
Zero filter.
Huzzah.
Anyway, also, you guys are coming out here soon. So just warning you, you're going to have in-person hangs.
Yeah.
So
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, you got to come out to just come to all the shows.
Just come on tour. Come to every
Yeah,
single one.
we will introduce you every night on stage
oh,
Yeah.
you poor things.
in a
You
different
want to do
outfit.
it?
No, we
No
got some
joke.
Aussie hotties introducing us. Come on,
No joke. That's
We'll have to find some
totally-
hotties.
Yeah.
guns out.
It'll be Johnny flexing though. I won't be there.
We got to get the shirt off. Let's get the shirt off, and we'll
Yeah.
Off you go. Give the people what they want.
off you go. Off you go.
The dad bod. Yeah.
Hey, speaking of the reactions, you've watched some of our stuff. You guys are just continuing to go from strength to strength. Well done. New single seems to be getting a pretty positive response.
Huzzah.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's definitely It's doing well, especially we released it just on our own completely. We didn't, no manager, no label. So
Yeah, look at you guys
that
go.
was just making sure it actually came out was a lot of stress. So it's nice that on top of that, we didn't seem to have to worry about whether or not our fans would like it. We did actually, though, there was some questions about it because, you know, the Fever EP that came out before Blindfolded was so much darker and heavier and fuller, and Blindfolded's a little prettier. So there's always that concern on like, oh, what if they're not in the mood for this? You know, what if they really want just like more weapon?
Yeah.
So it's nice that everyone seemed to be like vibing with the overall mood of the track, which was nice.
We've seen even in the lead up before we got to the video, just the amount of people that are like messaging us and commenting like, you've got to check this song out, get on it. Like you guys have a pretty rabid fan base is the word I want to go with there, which I think speaks testaments to, regardless of what you're doing, I feel like your audience is going to come along for the journey with you. That's pretty exciting as an artist, surely, knowing that you can kind of get a bit more experimental and just do what you want to do and know that people are going to kind of give it a go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
It does seem like
nice.
that. Yeah.
It is nice. It is liberating. We've had moments where we've done things though that weren't as like, you can just tell when people are genuinely loving something versus just supporting you.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of artists, like there's this weird thing where like artists do get very critical of their fans for not like blindly supporting every single move they make. And I just think that's a weird thing because like as a fan, it's like you like something or you don't, you can't help it. And you could still support the artist, but like,
But also,
it's not your fault if you're not like into their new sound, etc.
that's true. But also some fans can be just absolute entitled dicks. Like,
Sure.
and as soon as a band does
expect
something different, like attacking them personally, you know,
Yeah.
as if they've deliberately done it just to piss them off. And it's just like, just write music, man, chill.
Yeah, I mean, if you're like, hey, the new stuff, love you guys, but the new stuff's like not my thing, like that's fair. If you're just like, the fuck is going on? Like, why are you doing this? Like, why are you going back? Go back to what you did. Duh. Then that's not
My mother's crying over here.
You broke my mother's heart. Wow, that's very Italian of you. I think I break my mother's heart once a day. But yeah, I think that's the thing, is just there is definitely a balance between like doing what you want to do, experimenting, etc. But also keeping in mind what genuinely connects with your audience.
Do you put any consideration into the storytelling outside of the music? If you guys are going to take like a slightly different tangent to where you've been at, do you think it's about like utilizing the channels you have across social media and the connection you have with audiences now to sort of explain that and where you're going with that? Or is it a case of like, let the music speak for itself, or a case of fuck you, I do what I want?
I think, I mean, once again, this is like the most boring answer. I do think it's some kind of balance. But I will say, I think a lot of artists do try to spin the story around the song to compensate for the song. And I think that's a trend that I've seen a lot lately, especially on TikTok. This is a really hot take, and this is probably going to piss a
I
couple
love a
artists
hot
off.
take.
But like I see that on TikTok all the time. It's like people like hype up their song. They do a great job of marketing it. And then the song comes out and it's pretty subpar, but it's just like the whole story behind it made it really exciting. So, and to me, that's really disappointing. So I think there's some kind of balance where you do the hype, you build the story, you craft the world, et cetera, get people really excited, but then it's got to hit when it comes out too. It's like, I just see so many people going viral because they've done something different, but the song itself is just kind of like, you know, it's not so good. And then I would want it to go both ways. I'd want to create a great story so people are excited for it to come out. But at the same time, if you just happen to be shopping in a store or at the gym or whatever, and it comes on overhead, you're just like, oh shit, this is really good. What is this? Like, you should have both. You should be able to go in totally blind and still be like, this is sick.
Yeah,
I want to know who you're referring to now.
Facts.
Facts.
I think
Honestly,
it was actually. Oh no, go on. You're good.
You go.
What were you gonna say? I totally agree. I feel like we just artists. I don't know why exactly this is. It's a combination of a lot of different things with like social media and just how we consume music and like the culture and all that. But there's such a pressure, yeah, for every release as an artist to like give it so much like lore and backstory and like this song is everything to me kind of a thing. And it's like that the reality is every song isn't that. And like you don't need to like oversell it. Yeah, let the music speak for itself. I feel like that's kind of lost. And maybe just also because like quality has kind of, like
All you need is a
I think
chorus
it's actually
now.
Chad Kroger in an interview recently. He said something that like just clicked for me and made so much sense. Like I've seen things like this, but can never put into words. He was like, some songs paint a pretty picture and some songs tell a story. And I was like, totally, like, don't go any deeper into the song that just paints a pretty picture. Like
See, that's why we like
it's just
Nickelback.
something to enjoy on the surface level.
Yeah. I knew there was another reason we loved them.
We stand by Nickelback. They write bangers.
Yeah.
I agree.
We love Nickelback.
This is a Nickelback safe zone right here.
The funny thing is
for Nickelback slander.
yeah, we've like said numerous times on the channel that we like them, and we had a few people that would be like, what the fuck? They're like Nickelback, fuck these guys. But then after that, it was like, oh no, they're not saying this ironically, they actually like Nickelback. And then we had more and more people commenting saying, yeah, Nickelback is pretty good. Yeah, we like Nickelback.
I never understood that. I never understood the hate train that went on. I do not get it. I will listen to Chad Kroger on stage. What show is that where he goes, we'll punch a hole in the sky or kick a hole?
That's Live in Sturgis.
Live in
Yeah.
Sturgis. That it speaks to us all spiritually. If you're a Nickelback hater, you are bandwagoning. I'm not convinced that many people just hate like organic.
Yeah, agreed.
That's what it was, Chrissy. That's what it was.
Yeah, I know, but it makes me angry.
No, but they finally addressed it because they just put out a new album and they're like decided to do like press, like they're going all over and like doing a proper like
but
stuff for the album.
And
they addressed it. They've never talked about it, and like they I think they're on like Barstool or something, and they literally pinpointed like Chad knows the exact moment when that happened. It was like some comedian had a little joke about Nickelback, I think, in his special that was on like Comedy Central. And this was like years ago, I think. And Comedy Central just like decided to make the promo that joke or something. And it was played just on repeat, every commercial on Comedy Central.
Oh,
and like
Comedy Central ruining Nickelback.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
And
they just ran with it. And people just decided to hate Nickelback.
It's just crazy because I think that's like, it was straight up bullying, and everyone was just okay with it. Everyone was just like, we are gonna there are people at the other end of it, and we're just like I don't know if you guys play video games or watch, like there's this thing that goes on Twitch, where you stream video games called hate raiding, where like people like flood into a channel and just like spam hate in the comments. It happens on like Discord, etc. too. I'm sure it happens on like
for fun.
Yeah, like someone
it's
a hate
People
raid.
fucking suck.
Yeah, people
It's a hate raid, and like. But when that happens, it's like a bannable thing. People say it's awful, this, that, whatever. But for some reason, we all were just like, yeah, but it's a Nickelback, so it's okay. Like, what? Like, that's so weird. Like, what kind of people are we? Like, I do not stand for Nickelback slander or slander of anyone, by the way.
Yeah,
Like,
I want to go back to the hate thing.
It's fucked up. It's fucked up. It's just like, go on, don't listen to them and go on your separate ways, just geez.
But take me back because I'm old and uneducated. The hate rating thing.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know why. I've thankfully never been a personal victim of it. I've just like seen it happen, especially between like big streamers that have like beef with each other, and like their whole chat just will like go into the other streamer's chat and like, spam really like messy, stupid shit. And like, I'm just like, this is literally horrifying. First of all, it's like middle school, high school, Mean Girls, like on the
fully.
internet, like, oh my God, like just why are we doing this?
The internet can be a very strange place. It can be an amazing, cool, connected place, but at the same time, it can be terrifying.
So terrifying. We grew up on it. Like it was where Against the Current got its start, was through YouTube. And so like I think like we have like a more, like not a more unique, but a pretty unique like experience with the internet as far as bands go at that time. Now everyone's coming up through TikTok. So now it's like way more normal, which is nice. But at the time we were totally the anomaly because we had all these like YouTube fans, etc. And so many bands were like, you're not a real band, etc. But it was just like, I don't know, it's just such a weird thing. The internet is such a weird place, but it's also cool. Awesome. But that weird place allowed us to tour and headline our own tours when we were like 18 before we had ever supported anyone. So we were
Yeah.
just, all right, internet's pretty fucking cool. I don't know.
I'm all for it. I think it's also allowing people to connect with music in a way that they couldn't before. And there's like Electric Callboy, when we were chatting with those guys a little while back, like they sort of blew up 10 years after being a band because of a film clip. And they were like, oh yeah, we just wanted to, like, the pandemic sucked. We wanted to write really fun metal that made people want to party. And now they're like selling out tours and massive venues because of the internet, because of doing like fun YouTube videos and just like they can connect to new people. I think that's a really, really cool thing. So if you've got the skill and the talent and you can write the music, it doesn't matter how people find you. And it's cool now that there's so many more avenues for people to discover you.
Yeah. I guess the downside is that you also don't really need the talent anymore with the music, with the way the internet's going and all the tools that are out there. But
we have a whole channel based on having no talent.
Making music for people that
you guys
don't
are
like
talented. Would you say you like making music for people who don't like music?
No, I'm saying it's mostly just like people, like if you really think about it, most music is for people that don't actually like.
Yes. Yeah, they're not. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They're not artists. They're consumers.
And like ultimately, that's kind of what mainstream music is. You know, every once in a while, like a truly exceptional artist or song will break through, and we're like, oh yeah, you know, like that's what it's there for. It's an amazing song. Of course, it's the biggest song, but most of it is just for people that don't really like music. They pretend like they do.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
It's hard to break through all of that, you know, for the people that are honestly,
in and out. Yeah.
Honestly, just doing it because it's all they do, and that's, you know, they have to make music, kind of a thing.
My the thing I hate the most, my biggest pet peeve on like TikTok music, and let me preface this by saying I am a 27-year-old girl. I love TikTok. I live on TikTok. I watch so much TikTok that my boyfriend took my phone and put a timer on my TikTok account because he was like, you're not getting things done. Like you're going deep down a rabbit hole of things that are not important. Like I'm watching like organization and cleaning TikToks, you know?
How to make butter.
I told you I've watched so many. I've literally watched a channel. I must have watched 50 videos about different flavors of butter. And it like I think about it all the time and it comes up. But the one thing that I hate the most about, or that just peeves me the most about music and TikTok right now, is that the song, first the album died. No one has an album anymore. Okay, sure. I can live with that. Writing an album is a lot of work. It's draining. It's an emotionally taxing process. I can live with that. They're killing the song because it's all about the chorus. It's all about the 30-second bit that you can make viral. And I'm okay with that if the rest of the song also slaps. But the amount of times that I found a song on TikTok because of that bit, and I'm like, wow, this is so catchy, and I go to listen to the rest of the song, and you can just tell that they did not care, that they were just like, we just need this bit, and that's all we need. It doesn't matter what else we do with this song. It's all just throwaway. God, that really
that's the thing.
Do you have an example?
I
do. I'll have you call something out.
Okay.
I see.
You give me one first, and let me see if I can find the one
My one was the song I found. It was like it had a really beautiful little piano bit, and then it was like kind of spoken wordy, rappy. I think I played it for you at some stage. I can't remember. Sorry,
is it that Golden Hour song?
Yes.
Yeah, I found it on TikTok too, and then I was like, that's really cool. It sounds really pretty. And then it was actually like a smash. And I hear like on the radio all the time. But
it was the intro bit that got me because I was like, a cool simple piano bit. Yeah. And the word, and then it's in the chorus and then the rest of it. And I was like, oh, after 30 seconds, I'm over this song.
It's because they're just creating like these little, I don't know. It's like a little snack. Just a quick little bite, little snack.
Yeah. Bread and butter. That's all they're doing, baby.
Ear candy, but they're not actually, it's not like a full song.
Yeah, like what Chrissy said before, it's making music throwaway because they're like, here's a cool chorus, here's a cool bit. And basically all the people want to do, they don't really love the song or want to support the band. They just want to make a cool fucking transition video on TikTok. And that's it. They probably never go and listen to the artist otherwise. They'll never go to a show. And it just, it then cheapens such a good chorus. It then cheapens such a song because it's just like, oh, this is all people are using it for, just to do a hair flick and change their outfit on that drop. Like,
Johnny does that all the time. He looks really good.
Yeah. It's just contributing to the overall, like, you know, what we've all kind of already been feeling, like music has become like so like disposable. It's just making that, even more the case.
Did you find it, Christy?
No, I didn't find it. I'm okay with which is a bummer. If I do find it, I will send it to you later though, because like it's gonna bother me until I find it.
Good.
But it was a while ago that was like the first time it happened to me, and I was devastated. I was just like, I felt so betrayed. I was like, these are musicians, like they're writing music, like they are making this music. I was like, they should know better. Like I was so betrayed. But
you know what the flip side is?
Get that back. I get that too. Like I'm, who am I? Whatever. But but listen, I just think it's gonna become like we're gonna have to go back to like when you go out and you're like trying to like you're out vibing or whatever. Like people are gonna stop playing songs on playlists. It's all gonna be medleys because no one's got a full song to put on these playlists. So it's all gonna be mashup.
Yeah, that's
the flip side of that. I haven't talked about this. This is something I'm just realizing on the spot. So you're getting an insight into my brain right now. My other job, the thing I do, I actually like do content. That's my actual job. I do fitness and fashion and stuff. And because I like the music that I like and genuine music, I have so much trouble because I'm like, do a transition where I'm flicking my hair or whatever I'm transitioning. And I want to use the stuff that I like, but it will never perform because that's not rewarded in the fucking algorithm. And that bothers me so much where I'm like, oh, this song's sick. I'll put this on. And then people are like, that song,
there's so much screaming.
Not even that. It doesn't even have to be screaming. I put a Turnstile song on the other day because I was like, that riff and that little bit there is catchy and fun, and that'll be sick. I did like a backflip and the outfit changed. And then the video just went, I'm like, but if I use a trending song, skyrockets.
Yeah, I think that's all just like the algorithm too. It's not even people like making those decisions consciously. It's just TikTok deciding whether or not to bump you up in people's For You pages.
It is people, because people, like you said before, music's written to be like not even like hit you anymore. It's supposed to just be all on this level. And it's like, it's just 808 beats and like something that's trappy that people be like, oh yeah, it's familiar and I've heard this before. I like this. So they'll watch it more or they'll like the video, and it's like rewarding that behavior of writing the same tracks on repeat.
Yeah.
People are to blame a little bit.
Just that you mentioned before about how like you'll have the music and you'll storyboard and all that sort of stuff. When it comes to the music and the lyrics, how do you then marry that up? Like, because obviously, are you doing it with the intention in mind that like, is there going to be able to be a cool story music video for this? Because obviously with, reactions and things like that now being essentially like the new media and the new promotional tool, how much of that creeps into your mind as you're writing a song and as you're storyboarding the lyrics and then to the music video and all that sort of stuff?
I guess like my toxic trait right now is none in terms of like TikTok reactions. Like I just don't think about it. I think if I tried to write for TikTok, it would be all really shit. Like, I just don't think that's where my skill set is. Good on you if you can do it. Like you're obviously going to be really successful. Such a hard word to say. Successful in the, in today's meta of music. I mean, it could always change. I think that's why we also see the rise and fall of different producers, artists, etc. For me, I think of things more of like a world, like each era that we go into. I'm like, what does this whole world look like? And, I'm like a big fantasy lover. I love books. I love the world building of books and movies and stories. So for me, it's all like, how do all of these different ideas intertwine into one world? And that's more where I think of like right now, not necessarily our album, but our world tour for this year is called the Nightmares and Daydreams World Tour. I can't speak today. World Tour. And so right now in my head, like Nightmares and Daydreams is like the thought process. It's like, how do I craft a world around that, like using that kind of imagery and those kind of themes. So that to me is more, and then that goes into music videos, etc. And then if no one likes it on TikTok, then no one likes it. And that's kind of what
you've always got YouTube.
Yeah, always got YouTube. Always got my mom. My mom will always like the songs, we got the moms. So
well, I mean, like, I think that's the good thing about being in our sort of scenes, plural, of music,
Is like there's Z.
Yes, because I'm cool.
Yeah, you're
I'm young. Yeah. Like guitar driven music scenes, there's always still going to be that, like, that underlying sense of just true love for the music and true love for the styles, you know, punk, rock, metal, pop rock, hardcore, whatever it is. The people who love that sort of stuff, they love it because they've generally had to go and find it, or it's resonated with them at a time that, you know, nothing else was. And everything that they're shown in the mainstream world isn't ticking any boxes for them. And, you know, like that was what it was like for me when I found like punk and metal. I was like, oh, this is so different. I feel like I belong to this. I can connect to this. And as cool and as huge as TikTok is and makes some bands, you know, get exposure, the people that find it from that are never, ever going to have that connection. And only people who are involved in these scenes really understand that. So it's always going to have a level of success. That is a hard word today.
Success, yeah, it's a difficult word, but yeah, I agree with that. That makes a lot of sense. I think that's why this scene is really cool. I just think there is like a lot. The average fan is more involved in the artist's business, I think, than in, you know, pop. You know, there might be, for pop songs, there's probably a lot more fans overall, right? Like per song or per artist. But like, I think on average, the average fan for each artist is just more connected to the artist as opposed to just like vibing with the song.
100%. I said this, I watched a TikTok video the other day. It was someone that owned a record store and they were discussing their, I'm young, I'm hip, I'm with it. They had this record store owner talking about like the clientele they see every day and what they go through. And they're like, who's buying the most records? And they're like, oh, metalheads. Metalheads, hands down, will go out and they'll buy and support the artists they love because they're like, well, if we don't do it, who does? And I think it's the same thing just across the whole alternative scene is that, yeah, they want, like, we want to blow up the bands that we love. Everyone here's been like, I want to see you guys fucking get headline tours. That would make me so happy because being like, cool, I like you guys. I want to see you succeed. Whereas I think even though there can be a little bit like a gatekeeping in the scene sometimes, we still support the artists we support and do it to a level that mainstream pop doesn't have in the same way.
Yeah, I think it's like, it's rare that it does happen in pop, right? But like, it happens for like the chosen one of that moment. And like the chosen one is like Olivia Rodrigo. Like she's the chosen one of that moment when she blew up on TikTok. Every like teenage girl rallied behind her the way that like every teenage girl when I was a teenage girl did behind Taylor Swift and was like, we are going to do everything in our power to make her massive. And that happens in K-pop, actually. You know where that does happen? K-pop is like, that totally happens in K-pop. People, the fandoms unite and they're like, they organize themselves. It's crazy. Like in BTS, they call themselves the army. They run like an army. Like there's a whole thing. And like, we know
we've seen the comments on our videos we've done. It's intimidating.
But like, what's crazy is they figure out things like algorithms. They're like, okay, we can't, to get them the most streams on Spotify. I've seen this. Like I have friends who are like very deep in the BTS army and they're like, if we stream their song on repeat on Spotify, all those streams don't count. Like Spotify knows. So it's like, you have to stream it like 3 times in a row and then go to another song and then go back and stream it again 3 times, like something like that. Wow. How many seconds does it take to count as a stream? Like they've got it all figured out. And they're like, how do we min-max the system to best support our artist? And I'm like,
I didn't know that. That is fucking insane.
One, it's terrifying, right? It's like obviously terrifying. It's like, these are, you know, FBI who, like these people are just running the world. But second of all, it's like, wow, like they really care. And they figured out ways that like, you know, because financially not everyone can afford to buy records, etc. But they figured out, okay, Spotify, like I have a subscription, or YouTube, if I, you know, whatever, I know how to like make the most out of what I can give. And I think that's really cool. And obviously it's to an extreme level and that's awesome. But I think there's like a lot to be said for even just a small degree of that among fans is so impactful. I've been doing like a thing lately. I've been reading a lot and I usually will read something like on my Kindle first. And then if I really, really loved the book, like I'll go ahead and buy the physical one to support the author. And especially to support, like I'll try and buy it from like a bookstore instead of just like Amazon. Cause I'm like, damn, like I don't want these things to go away. So if I really like it, like I want to like put my money where my mouth is. So I think there's a lot to be said for that as a fan. Like you have a lot more power than you realize when like the fan base unites, even a small fan.
Yeah, for sure.
Do a lot.
You just reminded me of that story. I'm so sorry. I just before we move away from BTS, because I have more on that. Did you see that Tulsa rally thing?
No.
Oh, this is the best. So when Trump was like fully trying to like get back in and push his thing, and BTS fans were like, we can't let this happen. So on the message boards, they blew up this whole thing as like anonymous, like, is he Republican or Democrat? Republican. He was like, we don't have that in Australia, so it's different. He was like, look at all my fans. Everyone's coming out. This will be the biggest rally we've ever done. There's going to be this. And they're all just BTS fans just scamming. He turned up and there's like 3,000 people. This thing they expected, they promoted for like 500,000 people turning to. It was just BTS fans fucking with them. That's phenomenal.
It is phenomenal. But ready? This goes back to then it becomes full circle, because then that kind of goes back to like the hate rates. Like it's like terrifying too when you unite too many people, because it's like they can be really, really good, but what if they decide to use their powers for evil instead? And then it's just like,
you do play a lot of video games. Read a lot of fantasy.
I play a lot of video games. I live in a lot of fantasy worlds. My life is not rooted in reality at all in any sense of the word.
That's okay. That's okay. As long as we just stick towards the daydream rather than the nightmare side, and we're okay.
Well, you got to have the nightmares too, you know?
Oh, balance. That's what it's all about.
Also, to get into like more of our lore, the ATC lore, I think that's kind of like part of the thing too, is finding like the line between daydreams and nightmares. Like we think of the two as so binary, right? Like one's good, one's bad, but it's really not like that. There's so much nuance and gray in between. Like that's why I also really like the idea of like daydreams and nightmares. And like there was a line in Blindfolded, which is what led to this being named, called All My Nightmares Used to Be Daydreams, and how the two can kind of like the same thing could be a nightmare or a daydream depending on your perspective, where you are in life, etc. So really trying to play a lot with that in the upcoming music, is that these things aren't black and white. They're not binary in any way. They're all different shades of gray. You know, it's not light and dark, it's dusk and dawn type thing.
What I want to know is, on that, as you guys get bigger and you're doing more headlining tours and things like that, what is the plan moving forward to bring that lore and that, you know, that, like, I guess that dichotomy of those two things together in a visual aspect on stage? Is there anything in the works? Have you got ideas? I'm sure you've got plenty of ideas, but.
And to further Joey's question, now you guys are doing this more off your own backs. Does that make it more intimidating?
Totally. I mean, we're doing it entirely off our own backs currently. So that's everything. Every decision we make is out of pocket, which is really nice too, because, you know, we're actually in control of where everything goes and et cetera. Obviously, the bigger we get, the easier it becomes to do what we want to do in terms of visual production, storytelling, et cetera. We're really lucky though, because we have an incredible creative manager. So essentially just a creative director, but he's on the entirety of Against the Current. Like he's full-time on Against the Current, as opposed to just like doing a music video, et cetera, named Jade. And Jade actually did the creative direction for the Fever EP as well. And he's really, really amazing also at storytelling and bringing like our ideas to life. So a lot of playing with those two images and the cross of those images in, you know, the videos, et cetera, is what we're kind of looking to do right now. We have a lot of mood boarding going on, and just concepting on how we can bring that to life in videos. And then on stage, obviously the bigger, you know, we're coming to Australia for the first time in a very long time. And we're playing pretty small clubs. So, you know, there's only so much we can do, really can't do much production wise yet, but you know, the bigger we get, the more we can aspire.
I reckon that I know a couple of guys who you could enlist as the daydream and nightmare personalities on stage.
It's just like Joey and a G-string.
Like
which one is which?
It's like the Muppets.
He's daydream. I'm nightmare for sure. It's like
Really?
Dayman and Nightman off It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. So,
Oh,
so like black spandex, you know.
Nightman.
Yeah. You can be in like white or silver or glitter or something, you know, daydreamy.
Just trying to give you another glitter outfit.
Yeah. We'll just
I
come
love
swinging across the stage.
Gotta pay the troll.
Oh, like Miley
Gotta pay
Cyrus.
the troll toll.
You a wrecking
Oh,
ball.
wrecking ball scene. Yeah, I feel that. I'll wear the same outfit as her.
Oh my God. But we'll have our wrecking ball.
She
Like
naked?
one side of it will be like, it'll look like a sun. And then when you swing it around, it'll look like a moon. So daydream and nightmare. And
Oh.
just swinging on it.
Building it out.
Yeah,
I hate where we're
we're
going with it, but
I don't know
gonna
how we're
get
gonna get it in these clubs, but we're gonna do something. You know,
You know what it'll be? It'd be like one of those like exercise
balls,
just
yeah.
bouncing across
Yeah.
the stage.
You have to come in like a wrecking ball.
just bounce across.
I'll just end up rolling across the stage.
I'm all for it. I love this. This is great. We're really getting
Brainstorming ideas. Yeah.
We're extremely cheap as well.
Perfect.
All right, let's have some fun with them.
Okay, yeah, this has been boring so far. Sorry about that, you guys.
What do we want to give them the choice?
Okay, I'm going to let you guys pick here. We can either give you a trivia game where you can either verse each other, or we can do a would you rather quick fire style round. What would you like?
You guys pick. Not you guys. That like Dan will. I just realized there's many guys on this chat, so could be.
Trivia?
Yeah, you want
Ooh,
Wait,
okay.
is it just anything, or is it about
what's
like?
it?
Is it?
No, it's the most
fully
random.
but
Yeah.
we can throw some Aussie ones in there as well for them.
Oh yeah, ahead of the two of you.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, just to see if you're actually allowed in the country.
I've got just so many
There.
questions here. Yeah,
Uh,
there is a question about dropouts.
Yeah, there is actually. Yeah,
Do you want to find that? Are you finding anything?
I'm going to find the
got some
pictures
here.
of things.
Okay, we'll start with an easy one. What is the official nickname of Texas?
In Australia?
No.
No.
This is just this is not
Oh.
Australian.
Like the
Lone Star State. Well done.
yeah, we would have just worded it a little differently, I guess. Right?
Yeah,
what do you call that? The state motto or like the what? I don't even know.
I don't know.
The slogan. I don't know. What is the most deadly animal in the world? What kills more humans every year than any other animal?
Oh, is it the
Oh.
nope?
No,
The snake, the water snake that's like super lethal?
it is not.
No. It's got to be something way more common. Like
Kangaroo,
Not a
squirrel,
spider?
deers,
no, maybe like some sort of like either insect or
bears,
I see why Dan chose to go with the trivia.
or,
Mosquitoes? mosquitoes.
Mosquito is it.
Oh,
Yeah,
you were on the right track, and then you
That
stuck in there.
That's a teamwork one right there. I'm gonna give that to the full team. Finish these lyrics. I stay up too late. Got nothing in my brain.
Don't care what people say.
I know what that is.
You're close, Chrissy.
She's so close.
In my brain.
That's what people say. That's what people say.
Hey,
That's what people
well
say.
done.
Oh.
We did that cover.
Yeah.
I
Do you want
love
to throw
that
any
song so
Aussie
much.
ones in?
Yeah, throw an
Okay.
Aussie one.
Australia is home to the world's deadliest spider. What is it called?
Black Widow?
Incorrect.
No.
It's not brown recluse either. So we
No,
have
it's
this-
not.
I don't
Pink
remember.
something. We're going with colors.
Vegemite.
Get the video up.
The video
No,
from the other
no,
day.
no,
Oh
no.
god, I've seen like Australian people I
No.
follow on Instagram, like,
No.
oh my god, I found a spider in my bed tonight, like, and it's like on the corner of their bed. It's like this big. I'm like, how do you even?
Yeah.
move on?
It's
So-
it's called the Sydney funnel web spider.
Oh yes, of course.
Yeah, and I don't know if you can see this.
I don't want to see. I'm not looking.
Mm.
I'm not looking.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about. Fuck
I'm
that. No.
Okay, it's safe to look now, Chrissy.
Like the size of
I
like
promise you it's safe to look.
So
A
this
guinea-
one in particular was almost as big as like the back of my hand. That bit my drummer on the finger the other day.
Like that actual spider.
Yeah.
that
other
actual
day?
spider. Yeah. So story
So,
time. Quick story time.
Really hate to announce, but the Australian tour has been canceled.
Oh no.
Yeah, so he's a plumber and he was picking up a sandbag and he felt it bite his finger and he shook it off and his mate like sort of saw it on the ground and looked at him as just like oh fuck, like oh no. And the building manager from the site came over and found out what happened. He's like, get in the fucking car, raced him to hospital. He stood there at triage holding his finger for 10 minutes before they said, are you okay? And he said, I've been bitten by a funnel web. And they're like, get the fuck in here. So they got him in there, took all his clothes off, put all the sensor things on him. And it was basically just a waiting game because there is anti-venom for these, but apparently they can't give you the anti-venom until they know how much venom is in your system, because then they have to give you adrenaline and it could fuck you up. So anyway, he's laying in there with all these sensors all over him. And like, he's literally just been bitten by the deadliest spider in the world, and a big one. The doctor said it was the biggest they've seen. And he goes, I have a gig to play on Wednesday. Will I be able to play drums? And the doctors just looked at him and just like, let's deal with this first. You've literally been bitten by the worst thing you can be bitten by.
Yeah, like just make sure you're alive to see Wednesday.
Yeah,
Jeez.
like he said the pain was just excruciating. Like
In
nothing
the
he's ever
finger
felt.
or like through his whole body.
Through his whole, like he said at one point, what did he say? He said he felt like the pain was so bad, it felt like his finger was bending backwards and was about to snap. And he was looking at it going, is my finger about to snap? And they're like, no, it's fine. But it just fucks with you that hard.
Australian tour is canceled.
I promise you, that is the first time I've ever heard of someone I know being bitten by one of those spiders.
Yeah.
And dickhead, not him, the other friend, didn't do the right thing and just instantly go and get it sorted out. He waited till it kicked in a little bit, and that's not what you're supposed to do.
I
So-
would have literally just chopped my finger off right there and then be like, I'll deal with the blood. I'd be like, let's get this sucker off before it spreads.
I just don't even know how you deal with those because like the size, it's not like, I don't know. You need to like call for backup if there's one of those.
You never see them. Honestly, you don't
Yeah.
see them very often. Like that happening is such a rare occurrence. I've seen one in my entire life in the wild. One. And we live near Sydney. So like they're in our population where we live. You don't see them as common. Australia is not as terrifying as it's made out to
Yeah.
be.
If you guys get a day off when you're here, around the Sydney show, we'll take you to the reptile park.
Chrissy's not
Yeah.
coming there. You have to see him in
They're all
person.
in glass. They're fine.
I like reptiles. I like
There's plenty of
snakes.
reptiles. Yeah.
We can do that.
Yeah.
I don't like I listen, I'm just not like me and spooters. Like I'm working on it. I don't want to be afraid of spooters, but like I don't know, they give me the heebie-jeebies.
When you call them spooters, it make them sound real cute.
Because have you ever seen the animated spooter
Yes.
where
No?
they made him look really cute?
Spooder Man. Yeah.
Oh my god! Hold on, I'll look it up on my phone so I can show it to you. He is so freaking cute. I just want to curb stomp him. I love him so much.
Wait, he's cute. I want to curb
Spider.
stomp him.
You've got that
Yeah.
cute aggression thing
Put
going
that on.
Yeah.
Put that on a
Yeah.
shirt.
You're so cute. I want to curb stomp you.
Just like, oh yeah, his name is Lucas. Lucas the spider. I mean, Lucas is just such a cute name. Like, what a little man. Hold on. Look at this little man. Wait, is this gonna
Does he have shoes on?
Hold on.
Focus.
Hold on.
Focus.
Yeah,
Oh, that
yeah.
is cute. Look at his
Yeah,
eyes.
Yeah.
Little Bubba. He's so cute.
Don't.
And if
go
he
for
was
it.
on your hand, you'd be like, "Fuck off!"
Yeah, exactly. Just like that. Unless he was animated. Then I'd be like, okay, okay. We'll keep calm.
Shall I go back to the trivia? Or do you want to keep talking about spiders?
No,
Oh
trivia.
yeah, no, I forgot
We
We
what
can
we're
do
doing.
spiders. We do it.
Trivia's fun.
Nope,
Trivia's
fuck
fun.
spider. Give me trivia.
Which of these pop artists has written for shock rocker Alice Cooper? Kesha, Pink, Miley Cyrus, or Lady Gaga?
Really could be any of them.
I like that attitude.
I was going 50-50. I would say the options again.
Kesha, Pink, Miley Cyrus, or Lady Gaga?
I feel like it's Lady Gaga.
I would say Lady Gaga or Pink, maybe off my
Yeah,
gut.
Those are the
Can't
two.
commit though.
But I could be like Pink or Kesha. Like I mean,
Dan, you want to throw yours in there and see which one of you's right?
Actually, too. I'm just thinking about like the
Okay.
age thing playing a part, and then all. It could be any of them, yeah. But who do you want to go with? Who did you say, Chrissy?
I was also kind of on board with it being Lady Gaga.
All right, let's say Lady Gaga.
It's Kesha.
Yeah.
Kesha
honestly,
is a prolific songwriter that she doesn't, I mean, she actually does get credit for, but no one knows about.
I think they all are though. That's what made that so hard. Is like all of them are like secret amazing songwriters that have written for other artists. So that's what made it like really difficult.
Yeah, those are all like
Hmm.
real deals. It's not like Shawn Mendes.
Yeah, yeah,
Don't
true.
insult Shawn Mendes
Yeah.
in this.
I'm not
house.
I didn't mean that wasn't the best option, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Okay, let's go with another similar sort of question. Before Miley Cyrus recorded Wrecking Ball, this is a throwback, it was offered to which singer? Beyonce, Pink, or Britney Spears?
Gotta be Pink.
Beyonce.
Britney Spears.
Beyonce.
Beyonce?
I'd say
Beyonce was originally offered Wrecking Ball. Can you imagine Beyonce doing that?
Yeah, that's why I can. That's why that's my answer.
I could just see Pink doing it because she does all the acrobatics already. Like, so I could just
Yeah.
totally like back.
You're just visualing the film clip, not the actual song.
Yeah.
Okay. What color is a polar bear's skin?
Gray
Black.
or pink?
Is it black? Yeah.
It is
Black?
black.
Have you ever seen it? Nightmare fuel.
So cursed.
Oh, he's naked. She's naked. He or she. What is that?
Looks
A
like a
werewolf?
Big
Looks
Yeah,
tall.
like
right. It looks like a fucking like a
Like
lycanthrope.
a real life werewolf or something.
Actually.
I think he kind of
Yeah.
looks like a ball sack.
Like a human being. Well, yeah. I mean,
Well,
human beings look like
also
ball
to be
sacks.
seen.
But I have one and it doesn't look like that.
I look like a ball sack.
Arguably worse, but
More
you know.
teeth,
Do I
though,
look like your
weirdly.
ball sack?
Naked polar bear. Maybe I just
Just trying to give you the best content.
Yeah, well, that's what we're all about
Brilliant.
here. Hey, I'm going to try
No.
this one without looking. Okay.
Oh shit. No, don't do this one again.
What does this word describe? What fear is described as hippomonstrosiquipedalophobia? I'm going to check I did that
Good
right.
job.
Yeah, I'm getting better at that one. That's
Yeah.
off the top of my head.
Yeah, fear of hippopotamuses.
That's because
Do you want it once more? Hippomonstrosiquipedalophobia. What is that the fear of?
Something big, like
Hippo?
fear of something.
I feel like hippo's got to be like your hippocampus. It's got to be like your brain.
You're the
like,
second person.
Yeah, it's not
Second person.
that.
and then monstrosity. It's got to be maybe something big.
Yeah, like the size of something scares you.
You're very on
So
point.
close. Closer
What?
than anyone else has
Can you
been.
say it? Can you say it one more
Weird.
time? Hippomonstrosity.
Hippopotamonstrosiquipedalophobia.
The fear of smart people.
Quipedial. I don't know what quip or dial or any of that. I don't know. What is it? Give it to us. Fear of skyscrapers.
Fear of long words.
Oh,
Mm,
There you
It's
go.
just such a long word to create
Quip.
for the fear of long words.
quip.
And then the daleophobia, like dialect, I imagine that ties in there somehow as well.
oh,
Yeah.
Ah,
missed that bit.
Well, there you go.
Ah.
All right, final question. We're going to give you the one would you rather. Johnny,
The
take it
divisive
away.
one. It's the divisive one. All right, you guys are about to get on stage and play sold out headline tour, headline show. You're comfortable, you're ready to rock, you're ready to go. You've got to put on either icy cold wet underwear or icy cold wet socks. What do you choose and why?
underwear, absolutely, because you're gonna get really hot on stage, and that underwear is gonna keep that body temperature regulated. Closest to the
Yeah, I mean, I could go for either or.
That sounds
Same,
great.
same reasoning. Because I'm like, I'm gonna be drenched and I'll warm up quick. And honestly, the underwear is gonna be annoying for me. I'm sitting down, but also I'm using my feet. Same
What if
thing.
it was room temperature, slightly warm water, wet underwear socks? Would that change it?
So I guess the feet maybe.
Yeah,
I'll go with feet.
You go feet.
Socks.
Yeah, I'm team socks. He's team underwear. My whole thing is chafing. I feel like
Yeah.
wet underwear would chafe me up.
When
Yeah,
Dan
you
said
don't-
that, I was like, okay, actually, yeah,
I
those
think-
are
want that on.
the worst.
But okay, to preface, I think the size of my underwear might be very different than the size of everyone.
No, that's
else's
fine. You
underwear
keep your
on there.
answer.
You should see what Johnny's wearing right now. It's
That's true.
teeny
I don't
tiny.
want to listen. I don't want to pass judgment, but that's why I'm just, in my opinion, underwear would be also less, just less contact. So I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
underwear, yeah. But if I had to wear boxers, then maybe, or like briefs, then maybe I would go socks.
Yeah, I feel
Nah,
like the
I'd
female
still-
perspective is different on this one.
Yeah, I'd still go because this squelching of the socks gets me. I don't like that.
You want your junk squelching around? Squelch your junk. That's not what you want.
I'm portly. Okay, I'm portly. My junk squelches all the time.
That's it. That's
All
true.
right.
Guys, thank you so much for hanging out. We're so excited to have you guys out here very, very soon.
Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, it'll be
Thank
sick to
you.
hang. Looking forward to meeting you
Excited
again.
for you guys to announce our show as the night.
Yeah.
So we can't wait.
Thanks so much, guys. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Peace.
Thanks, guys. See you later.